Hi, I am Mendy Cahan, and I was born and produced in Antwerp, Belgium. I grew up in the Jewish community of Antwerp, which is both Orthodox and cosmopolitan. And I grew up with all those languages around me, Dutch and French and English and Hebrew and of course Aramaic, because we also studied the Talmud. I was attracted to books from the beginning on. Books and good literature. I mean, at home we had, as I said, the Talmud, the Mishnah, Hasidic stories. This was my father's bookcase, and my mother's bookcase had Sartre and Baudelaire and modernity. So I had these two worlds, and they attracted me. And I was brought to Israel. I think I came to Israel. Israel was the land of sun, the land of growing up in Belgium. You can imagine what that is. Of freedom, of renewal. And coming to Israel for me was like a realization of a generation-old dream which lived through my family. And I knew my mother wanted to come, but my father was already too broken and tired after the Holocaust, so they settled in Belgium. And coming here, I was, of course, astonished and glad to take part in this homeland creation. I came here, I started Talmud, I started literature at university, French, German, English, comparative. And then at the end of my studies, I said to myself, well, let's see also what Yiddish literature has to offer. I'll study it in 1 year, and then probably I will have something else to compare with. And there was a homecoming, because suddenly I realized that this literature that I was not aware of because of the Holocaust and the broken chain of transmission, this did not come through to me. And also in Israel, because Hebrew was here, the project of putting Hebrew as a living language, so Yiddish was pushed aside, and there was not one bookshop in Israel to find Yiddish books. So I said to myself, if we continue like this, we push this whole civilization into forgetfulness. There's no decent bookstore in Yiddish. There is no Yiddish in public space. But on the other hand, I realized that if I work in Yiddish, I can do so many things which I would not manage to get into if I would work in other languages. I work as a translator, I work as a journalist, I work in theater, I work at the radio reading the news. I was working at the Yiddish radio, so once after reading the news, I said, whoever has Yiddish books and doesn't know what to do with them, I'll come and collect them. And this is how I established, throughout the years, a library with more than 60,000 volumes, which became a hub of creativity. And then this gush which started flowing, so I said we need to do something with these books, and we created Jung Yiddish, a home for the books. We rent a space, first in Jerusalem. Of course we don't have money, it's a shabby basement, which through volunteering work, we only work with volunteers, we set it up, we create a stage, not just a library, and so we have people performing, people meeting, classes can be given, and we start to generate interest. And then we have more books coming. The little basement is not enough. We take in the central bus station of Tel Aviv another space, which was never used, just 400 meters of beton. And again, with volunteering work, without money, we build a stage, a library, exhibit spaces, and projects, and learning, and classes, and summer courses. And it becomes a never-ending, unstoppable story. And I think we, even in hard times like the corona, we have a future to look forward to learn a lot from it. Now we will work more with the books, as we can less invite people here. But there are things to do, and things are being done, and the network of Yiddish, which spans over the whole world, flashes and works and breathes.